y'all, and welcome back to my channel. And welcome to a video that's probably gonna get like bupkis in views, but I wanted to film it anyway because I've kind of been on this journey of sharing myself with y'all, kind of just like not makeup wise, but other aspects of my life. And if you would like to see that in sort of real time, definitely follow me on Snapchat and follow me on TikTok. That's where I'm doing a lot of like self-expression. So definitely go join me there if you'd like to see me embarrass myself on that platform. It's been a lot of fun for me. But today we're actually going to be having sort of a thrifting, antiquing kind of haul. Recently we went down to Louisiana to visit my brother Samuel and his family, and my sister-in-law Letha, who is absolutely fantastical and wonderful, was like, hey, we got these cute little antique places. We should go look at antiques. And obviously I wasn't going for like actual antiques because I don't have like real expensive antique money to blow. But there were a few things that I kind of wanted to look for, and I thought this would probably be a good time to pick up some things for my altar. For those of you who don't know, I'm like a pagan leaning Christian. I understand that doesn't make a lot of sense. I'm still trying to sort it out myself, but I do have an altar. I do spellcraft. I do pay tribute and work with certain deities and such like that. So I thought this would be a good time to basically pimp out my altar space. And in all honesty, I just have sort of a love, an appreciation. I'm aesthetically drawn toward like old glass things. So stuff like old bottles and decanters and all that kind of stuff, I'm just like, ooh, pretty. And my inner hobgoblin brain just wants to kind of collect it all and hoard it and be like, my shinies. And so I kind of justify it by being like, well, I'm collecting it, but it serves a purpose as well. So we're just going to go through those things today. Also, if you want to see like cute, just kind of short videos going through this stuff, once again, that kind of thing is on TikTok. But we might as well start with like the most practical of all the things that I got. I have these two bottles here. They're both really pretty. They're the same. They have this sort of wheat thing design on it. I may like collecting old glass, but that doesn't mean I know a lot about it. I actually found this one and this one at the same place, but they were in completely different places, like different spots in the shop, and I was like, oh, okay. And these I got for collecting moon water. This is, I'm gonna fill these bad boys up, I'm gonna get some corks, and this is going to be like, set it out in the evening, let it get all its baskingness and wonderfulness, and then bring them in and then put it into whatever container I would like to go. Shots, 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 shots. Spiritual shots, so it's okay. I just thought they were really pretty. I thought they were really practical. I wanted something because I don't have a huge amount of stuff for my altar. Like I said, I'm kind of a baby pagan, so we're working through it and finding that stuff. But I thought these would be really great. They're pretty, they're aesthetic, and they're also practical. The other one is actually something that my sister-in-law spotted the first day that we went out. We went out on one day and hit a bunch of different shops, but her favorite one didn't open until like almost a week later, which we then went to when it opened, and that's when I bought this because I didn't get it when she first pointed it out, and then when I went back I was like, yeah, I kind of think I really want that. And it is this so pretty heart-shaped bottle, and what really sold it for me is because I saw it like this, but when you turn it over, it has this beautiful heart, just this beautiful detailing on the bottle that I thought made it just like even, because you look at this, you're like, oh, cute, it's a heart-shaped bottle. But then when you see it here, you're like, oh, but it has interest, it has intrigue, it has detail. So once again, this is going to be one that I'm going to collect moon water in. It has a very nice and a very strong cork right here, so I don't have to worry about, you know, getting anything for it. I'm gonna have to get corks for those ones. But I just thought it was really pretty and a little bit unique, and once again, something nice, something special to put my special water in. Then something else that's kind of more on the practical side, I thought this would be really cute for offerings, and I actually adore like this kind of vintage silver. You know how they have like the brushes and the mirrors and stuff like that that have this. One of these days I'll have a set of that, but I don't right now. But it's just this really gonna break this stuff. It's just this really pretty jar thing, not a jar, container that I can put all kinds of fanciful things. If I've got any kind of food stuff, I can do this and keep my cat from getting into it. I love the design, and I think it's just very regal and beautiful and very, very altar appropriate. And it has like a little mirror situation going on here, and it wasn't that expensive. This was under $20, which kind of surprised me because sometimes when it comes to this kind of stuff, the more ornate and the heavier it is, the more expensive it is. And so I was really happy. I just kind of peeked into it and I was like, how much are you? Oh, okay, I can do that. Then next up, if you didn't know, then you know now, also amidst kind of all this like, oh, I like old glass and old whatever and old pottery, I love Wedgwood. Wedgwood is, I mean, here you go, right here. Wedgwood is the pottery that's usually a pastel-y color, and it has white detailing like this on it. I loved this piece because it was white with the pastel detailing. I thought it was nice and different than typical Wedgwood. I would like to continue collecting Wedgwood going on here. My favorite is the black colorway of Wedgwood, which is very difficult to find, and when you do, it's super uber expensive. This wasn't super uber expensive, which made me happy. And in the same, this was actually from the same place, I got this here, which is this nice little container. I thought this would be absolutely perfect for offerings to Artemis. I was like, this is perfect. This is beautiful. I know exactly what I'm going to use this for. And it just looks real nice and pretty. I haven't decided what I'm going to use this for. Probably something associated with Artemis or something like that. Whenever I'm doing certain spells or certain spell work that requires, you know, like transference of liquid or something like that, I kind of like being a bit ceremonial about it. Like I'll put moon water in here and then I'll, you know, infuse it with purpose and the thing that I'm specifically going for. And then we'll take it out of this and put it in the thing we're using it for. That may be way too many steps, but it's how I like to do it. It makes me feel good inside. Then if we're talking about deity themed purchases, this is also Wedgwood. I'm not a huge fan of the subject material because it's all like kind of colonizer shiz and I don't like supporting that, but I was drawn to the color of it more than the subject matter. And this kind of in the same way that I had the other one, the white and blue one, that would be more Artemis. I thought this was a beautiful vessel for Aphrodite purposes. Because one thing that I've been learning with learning more about paganism and more about kind of what I'm drawn to, I'm learning what like deities that I work with and energies that I like, and Artemis and Aphrodite are two that have really heavily presented to me. And so I just saw this and I'm like, that would be so pretty, because I think Aphrodite is kind of like a bougie girl, you know? So I thought this looked kind of nice and special and extra pretty, and absolutely adore the color. I don't know about any of y'all, but I have a thing. I mean, monochromatic is my shiz. I like color coordinating. That's just the way I like to do things. And so I saw that and I was like, yeah, Aphrodite kind of needs that. See, I'm not even buying it for myself. I'm buying it for someone else. Then also for Aphrodite, I thought that this would be really pretty, a beautiful, perfect vessel for offerings of some kind. I absolutely adore depression glass. Depression glass comes in a myriad of colors. I love pretty much all of them. My like fancy wedding dishes actually is a whole set of pink depression glass. And when I saw this, I was just like, I need something pink. I need something feminine. I need something pretty for Aphrodite. And I thought this was just really nice. I liked how it looked. It was simple while still having a little bit of interest to it. It's got like just some subtle ridging right here. Now, one thing that I do when I buy these things, I do clean them. I give them a lot of TLC because I feel like when I'm presenting something for an altar to a specific deity, I want it to be as nice as possible. Like, I try to keep my altar maintained. I try to keep it all kinds of nice. I don't want my deities to have any sort of rundown, not nice looking stuff, but that's just me. I feel like it pays a little respect to just pay a little attention to just, and when you're it's in a store, it's got dust or it's got whatever. But this I thought was just absolutely perfect. It is so pretty and I can't wait. Most of my altar stuff is back in Virginia. Cannot wait to get back, set up my altar spaces, and do my shiz. Next up is a non-deity specific purchase. I just thought this was absolutely stunning. It is a glass, I guess, perfume container. A lot of the things that I'm drawn to container-wise are like old perfume containers and candy dishes. Oh, I love vintage candy dishes. There was one that was pink depression glass, and I'm like, that's the prettiest candy dish I've ever seen. And I have good taste because it was $80. I understand that, like, vintage and shiz, but you would be shocked to know what kind of prices people put on their old glass. And it was in just really good condition. I gave this a nice dusting down when I brought it back, and it was just so pretty, so witchy, so unique. So this may be something like a spell container that I use. I haven't decided yet. I just got it because, I do just love this stuff, not just for spiritual purposes. I just love this shiz. And so I haven't decided. I'm kind of leaning towards Aphrodite, but because it's got this beautiful, luscious, feminine purple to it. But like I said, haven't decided, just absolutely love it. Another beautifully colored item is this. Once again, I'm not sure because they're just like small and little. And I'm like, do we just put a little bit of alcohol in it and then we drink out of it? It doesn't look very practical drink-wise, and I don't think you're just gonna pour perfume on you. If that's your thing, you do you. But again, I was looking at the pink, and they had a whole section. Y'all would have seen on Snapchat, a whole section of green depression wear, and I desperately wanted to find something that I could use for Loki, but there just wasn't anything that spoke to me. And if it doesn't, if it doesn't stir joy, if it doesn't bring joy, I don't want to get it and just be like, here's this piece of green glass I got for your altar that really I don't have any connection with. And I think that probably somewhere out there is one of these that matches this, but I actually kind of just really liked how the pink and the green looked together. Once again, most of these are going to be for like moon water and other things. I don't have exact purposes for everything like that. I may do a video talking about spellcraft and everything like that. If you would like to see that, definitely let me know down below. I'm also planning on doing that content on TikTok, but I just really liked this one. I just loved the green and the pink, and it was just so pretty. Then we have basically the exact same thing, just in clear. I'm really, even just besides, like I said, altar using, I'm really drawn to just these really beautiful, just vessels things. And the one sad thing though about getting these things is if you have ones, like sometimes you'll find ones that are just chilling like this that don't have their stoppers. It's really difficult. You can't just go out and be like, oh, I'm gonna buy a glass stopper and stick it in here, because glass is not malleable. And so if you've got a stopper that's too big, it has to sit in there just right. I was actually these and the pink one that I just showed you. I tried seeing if the green one would fit in here and it wouldn't, and this one wouldn't fit in the pink one. So I found a couple that I really liked that didn't have stoppers, but I like having the stopper. Maybe I'm just anal, but I ended up not getting those because it would have been really difficult to then find and then file down and make fit other stoppers. So I just got this one. This one was under $10 and it was just really pretty and simple. A good example of things that are the same but don't exchange, I have these two here. I thought they were just really pretty. And these ones, when it comes to how I use moon water, I like having separate containers for each intention. I don't like just having like one big giant jug. I like to be like, okay, this is moon water I've set aside to use with this. This is moon water I've set aside to use with this. So I like having separate containers so that I know what kind of intentions and what kind of things that I just have it there. I could be like, okay, I'm going to be doing this, and I use that. So I'm sure these are going to be holding something like that, but it's got the little stopper here, and you cannot, I tried, you can't switch the stoppers. This one definitely goes in here, and this one definitely goes in here. And they're just so pretty. And I think these were only like 15 for the pair, which is actually pretty good because these with like the stopper in them can go, I mean, they can go, there's ones that were like 20 just on their own. So to get two that go together for under 20 bucks, I think was a pretty good deal. And they're just really pretty. Here's another one that I thought was just really stinking pretty. I like the fact that it was kind of a little bit different. Now this one you could do some damage with. If someone comes up all on in you and you're like, please forgive me, but I must commit violence. You could commit a lot of good violence with this, and this would be just fine. And again, it was just, I mean, there's not a lot more I can say other than it was pretty. It had nice details. I felt drawn to it. I mean, that's just what we're doing here all up with this shiz. And like I said, this one is really heavy. They had... actually there were like 4 of these, and they were from a specific company. I was trying to get some, I can't remember. But anyway, in one section they had these. So this one was like $12 because it was I don't know, the dude knew who made it or something. I don't know. But it's nice and heavy and really pretty. And I'll also probably do a video where definitely on my TikTok and maybe on YouTube where I show you guys my altars like all decked out and everything. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely stick around. But yeah, I just really like this thing. I like little cute witchy things. Next is probably one of my favorite ones. This is the most expensive one that I bought because I liked it so much, and it's this one here. I mean, this is just picture perfect of like, if you're going through the dictionary or whatever and you're like, look up the meaning of what one of these is, this is the picture they're going to use as an example. It's just so beautiful and pristine and perfect. This one really set my goblin brain all a tingle. I just love the like cut lines of it. It's just so elegant, so sexy. I mean, this is like you're wandering through your dark house, you know, ready to poison your husband or something. Because clearly, that's what I obviously think about a lot, is poisoning my husband. For legal reasons, that was a joke. But I just thought it was really, really pretty. Very pleased with, you know, just it. And this was $25, which... I'm not in this to be all like, oh, well, I'm collecting specific glass from this era and I'm looking to have like a super uber like rare and expensive collection. That's not my thing. I'm not trying to collect like rare and expensive things. I just like what I like. And I thought this one with the clarity and how nice it is and the cut and the design, I just thought it was worth it. So I bought it. I want to show this one just because I didn't buy this one. This one actually was my grandmother's. We were going through, I mean, you guys know my grandmother has passed. And so we've been, you know, going through her estate, sifting through all the different things. And this popped up. And I used this in my first TikTok video. And it's just exactly what I'm looking for. I mean, this is something I would have been completely drawn to. I need to make a new rubber portion for this lid because it was really eroded and orange and gnarly and nasty and sticky. So my dad's gonna help me with that. It's just, once again, really pretty. I love these little spouty vessel things that I have absolutely no idea what practical purpose it has other than, I mean, seriously, like with a decanter, it's got something big. It's like you can have some alcohol up in this shiz. And I'm like, but what are we putting in here? It's like not a lot, but this one was still really pretty. And it was actually kind of nice that it's going to be for my spellcraft, and it's something that was my grandmother's. So it'll be something that I definitely treasure amidst my collection. Then I have a very affordable find right here. This was $6 for the pair. I don't know how well you can see, but it's got some kind of like in the vein of the Wedgwood. It's got the Greek or Roman, you know, relief going on around here. These were actually pretty dirty when I got them, and they were really sticky because of the tape that was used to keep these in here. So I actually had to take some acetone to get all of that off, and it really improved the look of them. I thought these could go, I'm thinking maybe Athena. I'm not entirely sure, but I thought these were something that could go, you know, different ways depending on what I wanted to do with them. They were just very, once again, very appealing to me. I liked how they looked. They kind of checked all the boxes, and they were just really nice, and something that was, once again, nice and affordable for $6 for each. That's, I mean, $6 for both. That's $3 each. That's a pretty good breakdown. Next up is something that I so love these. So love these. They're going to be a little bit of a project, but I got these old perfume bottles that are unicorns. How cute are these? And their little stoppers are their horns. I mean, I saw these and they were $5 each, and I was like, I don't know. And then I went back and I was just like, I gotta have them. They're just too cute not to have. Definitely going to be putting moon water in these things. I'm going to have to clean them out because, as you can see, this one's still got some perfume in it. Going to do some cleansing on that. I'm going to take acetone, and I'm actually going to remove this metallic color, and then I'm going to repaint them. I think I'm going to do a TikTok video on that, kind of like a before and after and a little bit of a process. If that's something you're interested in seeing, definitely let me know. But I just thought they were so cute, and I saw a TikTok of someone who was like, I found this really cool moon-shaped glass container. I'm like, I want that. I want to find that. And I thought these were just, they were just too perfect. There were two of them. My nieces absolutely adored these. They were like, I like those unicorn bottles. I'm like, me too. They're adorable. Next up is just a really simple, I like, once again, like I said with my altars, I like kind of color coding with intentions and stuff like that, and using specific colors when I'm doing specific things. And so this was just like a really nice, simple white one. It's got like grape leaves and little grapes. I've actually got from my grandmother some glasses that are made out of this milky white glass and also have the grape vineyard aesthetic going. So it's just a nice little jar thing. I'm gonna have so much liquid. Then last but not least, this is actually the most expensive old glass thing that I've bought. Basically, because I really had my heart set on something green, and I found nothing at that one place that had all the green. And then we went back to the first place we went to where I got the brown heart-shaped bottle, and I was passing a display and I was just like, oh, hey, sexy. And it was this beautiful, this is known as Jade glass, which is something I love. And it tends to be a bit pricier. So this is actually my first piece of it, and that makes me so happy because I absolutely adore. Another thing that I love is this is very Art Deco, which I love. Art Deco and Art Nouveau, they're two of my favorite artistic like time periods. And so this was just, I mean, just the lines on it and everything was just so beautiful. I was just like, that's it, I have to have it. This was $28 and it's a really nice piece. I'm thinking about using this for Loki. I haven't decided yet. It kind of doesn't scream Loki to me. I mean, I'm sitting here trying to aesthetically categorize these deities. I'm like, is this really your aesthetic, Loki? But I just absolutely, this was definitely one of the things that I was like, this is a treasure. This is something that I will love forever. And I mean, if I end up not using it for any sort of spell work or anything like that, it'll probably end up in my YouTube background. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to keep doing this because in Virginia, I've got my traditional background with all the crap in it. I remember when I switched to this background, someone was like, oh, thank God, I was so tired of her old background. It was so cluttered and it's so dumb because it's got all these things. We get it. You like Sailor Moon, but where's the makeup? And I'm like, ugh. I have that background because it showcases other elements of my personality besides makeup. So we'll just have to see. Maybe I'll have a couple different, like maybe I'll make, you know, a different filming backdrop so I can switch in between. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I do absolutely love this. Cannot wait. I will do, like I said, videos when I get back to Virginia. We'll do altar setup. Maybe it'll be for Patreon. Maybe it'll be a vlog. We'll just have to see. I'm very into, at this point, just creating content that makes me happy and content that I would like to see myself. So that's what we're doing today. Talking about old vintage glass that costs too much. Just like every other hobby and interest I have. But that's all the glass that I have for you today. I did also get 2 Wedgwood teacups, but I got them because they were Wedgwood, not because anything spiritual or altar or spellcraft wise. They're just pretty. Because like I said, I just love me some Wedgwood. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I really like making content that's not just makeup. I like sharing other facets of my life, and a fair amount of y'all have expressed interest in seeing kind of this side of me that's like, you know, more, I don't know, witchcrafty. It's something that I have to be a little bit careful about because my mom isn't, We've had quite a few, I don't want to say heated, we've had quite a few discussions about it. But this is a place where I can express and whatever about it, but definitely follow me on TikTok if you want to see more fun, just other content. I'm also doing content about OnlyFans on there, so it's a fun time all around. I'm really enjoying it. I would love to hear from any other, you know, pagan or whatever out there, you know, give me some tips. I am Babby, and Bobby Pagan. So any tips and advice or stuff like that is absolutely welcome. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and as always, keep it real. Mwah!